So we've been supplying Polybush to MX5 Parts for a number of years now and work very closely with them to develop parts for this car and all the other generations. The parts that we sell are really good. They will not transform your car into something else. It'll make it what it would have been from the factory, but just with that little bit of extra help. So the bushes, the orange ones that we provide for this car and all the other generations, will still give the car passive rear steering on the earlier models. So it won't change the dynamic of the vehicle, but what it will do is just tighten things up where they need to be tightened up, but yeah, keep it as comfortable as it was from the factory. So you're still going to get the car that you bought, but it'll just be better. It's not going to be crashy, you're not going to get extra vibrations or anything through the car, through the seat, but it's just going to drive better. And ultimately that's the goal, that's why we drive these cars in the first place. They are designed to be like an OEM plus kind of feel, so you can use them for driving your car, I don't know, on the road, through the back lanes, and then if you wanted to do an occasional track driving session, then that's absolutely fine, you can do that too. We do offer a race specific or a track specific option, so you can pick that if that's what you're doing, but the general orange ones that we sell through MX5 Parts are the ones to go for most of the time. That's what most people need. In terms of fitting tips, we suggest that you don't use grease. A lot of other brands do want you to do that, but if you need a little bit of lubrication to get them into the arms or into the housing, then you can use a washing up liquid. Just anything is fine, because it washes away, so it won't leave any residue which will create a grinding paste when dirt gets stuck to it. So just a little bit of washing up liquid into the arm, and then once it's all fitted, you can wash it away, or you can just leave it on and it'll wash away as you drive. When you have fitted the bushes to your car, don't torque them up to spec with the vehicle up in the air or on jack stands. Wait till the vehicle's at ride height and then tighten it up, and that will give you a bush that's in a neutral position, and it will allow the arm to move up and down and not sort of be resisting against the material. So yeah, that's kind of the crux of it. The main reasons you should buy polyurethane over rubber is that rubber degrades with sunlight if it's in contact with oil, other road salts and chemicals that you use with cleaning your car. Rubber is massively affected by them, and it turns soft. Polyurethane doesn't do that. You could drop it into a bucket of fuel and leave it there for a year and nothing would change. It would be exactly as it was. So they are very much a fit and forget item. The main benefit that you'll get is that they don't suffer with compression set, so rubber does. Over time, like tyres, if you keep your car parked and stood for a long time, you'll get flat spots in your tyres. Well, that is exactly the same with rubber, so rubber bushings. So you'll get an ovalization of the part, which will then move your alignment out of whack, which will change your grip and your cornering stability, basically. So yeah, they're big changes when you move to polyurethane, for sure. Yeah, rubber is not an ideal bushing material, but it is cheap, and that's why it ultimately is on cars. You can make it en masse quite quickly. The polyurethane bushes that we make in the UK, I might note, is hand poured. One person will have a mould and they pour the polyurethane into it, so it's a very it takes a long time to make the parts. Parts themselves last 4 to 5 times longer than rubber, and that's just due to the bonds, the chains inside the polyurethane. They're much longer and stronger than rubber, so they keep their shape and they resist deflection more so than rubber does. So they last longer and they work better because of that. The Polybushes are Also super easy to fit. You can fit them with, well, just a threaded bar, some sockets and a nut. I've done a lot of development with the cars over the years. We sponsor a race series, the MX5 Cup, I think, which is great for developing race parts. And then we've worked with MX5 Parts to develop the road-going versions of those parts. Sometimes things cross over, sometimes things don't. So you need two avenues to develop parts. We have a full list of products from Mark 1 all the way up to Mark 4. We cover every bush, so from the door bushes which fit this one and the Mark 1s and all the way through, to diff bushes, engine mounts, anti-roll bar bushes, everything. So you can really get the full complement of parts to fit any of the cars that are out there, so that's always good.